my name is Lara and welcome back to my beauty space. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing how to get this base routine. This is a natural glowy base routine. It looks very skin-like. I use a technique called layering in my makeup to make it look the most natural. Every layer is set with another layer. Every layer is backed up by another layer. So this video is going to be filled with a bunch of different makeup techniques that I use to create the most beautiful base ever. So please like, subscribe, and comment, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hello, I'm officially back on YouTube. This is MAC Fix Plus Magic Radiance. This is my favorite. It's a spray. It has vitamin C and essential oils in it. It's pretty much a spray-on moisturizer, and it's literally perfect because it gives you such a nice feeling of like moisturization on your skin, and you feel really clean and healthy afterwards. Magic Radiance gives the nicest glow. It is skincare. It's not like a makeup product, so I would not ever use this on top of my makeup because of how hydrating it is. It's just meant to be more of a skincare product. So I use it before I apply sunscreen or moisturizer. I let it dry using a fan because I'm so impatient and I really want to start doing my makeup. This is always the base to my skincare and my makeup. This is MAC Serumizer. It's like a moisturizer and a serum combined. I use this every single day. I can't do my makeup without Serumizer. My skin transformed by using this consistently for the last like 2 months. Today I'm going for like a glowy, dewy base. So this is my favorite primer. This is MAC Natural Radiance, and this is incredible. It's like a jelly consistency all over my face. I start with underpainting. This is the MAC Pro Contour Palette. It comes with 4 shades, and I pretty much mix only these 3. I go ahead and I use this one if I want like a skeleton type of contour. Like this is the bones for the contour. It's not really adding much color. I need a light level of structure so I can build the rest of my contour. And then with the Patrick Ta brush, because it gives me what I need. I like to cream contour before foundation, sometimes after my foundation, just depending on what mood I'm in. But the reason why I'm doing this before is because I want structure. This is how the base looks, and I'm gonna use powder bronzer on my forehead, so I don't really worry about that. My current favorite is Face and Body. It's just such a classic. Like, it's too good, honestly. It's so sheer and it looks like almost nothing on the face. Like, it's kind of difficult to see that it's actually there, but it's there. I like to take it on my face directly, so that way I'm not like losing any of the product. I love this foundation. It is so good. And I'm taking this brush. Where is my mirror? I like to tap my makeup into my face because I find that it keeps everything in place. And as you can see, the cream contour is already starting to look way more natural. Then whatever is left over, I like to take it on my forehead. I don't take any additional product there because I just don't need it. I use brushes because it gives me the most control over my application, and I can manipulate the product exactly the way that I want, which you just can't really do the same thing with a beauty blender. It just doesn't work that way. The beauty blender literally will apply your product in one way, and that's it. With a brush, you can manipulate the product, you can manipulate the coverage, you can manipulate the texture. You could do so much more with an awesome brush. Studio Fix powder from MAC is a powder foundation. It is skin tone shades, so it looks the most natural versus buying like an actual bronzer. You know, like I don't know if I'm making sense here. Because it's a foundation powder and it's meant to mimic a skin tone, it's gonna look way more natural than an actual powder bronzer. So this is the Studio Fix powder in the shade C8. Look at the color. This is perfect. It's cool tone. It has olive, it has green. Again, with my brush, I focus it mainly on the back. So here's what I'm doing. I'm tapping, taking off the excess, and then I start to apply it right here, but I don't just start tapping. I actually start in circular motions, and then I bring it to the front. So that way the initial laydown of product is in the back where it can handle more color. In the front, I want it to look very natural. So circular motions, and I'm obviously using a very light hand. I'm not like pressing into the skin and like forcing it to move. That would simply disrupt the primer. It would disrupt the cream contour, and most importantly, it would disrupt the foundation, which we don't want. So touch is super important. A very light hand, very light to lay down the product, and then I immediately begin blending Honestly, if I was like ambidextrous, this would be way easier because I could just use my left hand, but I literally can't. It's all about technique. Makeup is not about product. It is about technique. It is not about buying the newest thing that comes out. It's not about being like, oh my God, this foundation is going to change your life. Go ahead and buy it. And then you buy it and then you're like, oh my God, it doesn't even look that good on me. It's like, do you know what coverage you want? Do you know what type of foundation you want? Do you know if you want it to be sheer, medium coverage? Do you want it to be buildable? Do you want it to be full coverage? Most importantly, do you like matte skin? Do you want glowy skin? Do you want a soft matte finish? Do you want a radiant matte fit? Like, there's so many things that you have to know. I know what works for me. I know what I want. I know that I want a healthy amount of glow. I know I like medium coverage, but I want to have control over how much coverage I put on my face. Okay, so this is the darkest part of my makeup so far, which is the cream contour and the bronzer. So I want to work dark to light. Genuinely, if only you guys could see what is on my desk right now and what is behind my phone to film this video. Oh my God, it's literally so stressful. Like, oh my God. Okay, so I like to prep my under eye for concealer by using lip primer. So this is the MAC Prep and Prime Lip Primer, and it works perfectly to fill in any fine little lines that kind of cause my concealer to crease. I find that this is the ultimate product in making it look very, very smooth. The concealer looks incredible on top. Bright Forecast Prep and Prime. This is a highlighting pen. I use it for color corrector. It's thinner in consistency and texture than a concealer. So it's way lighter and way thinner than concealer. Its purpose is to reflect light back at you because it is that beautiful color correcting. Like, you can already see the difference in the brightness. It's literally beautiful. I love to color correct before I do my concealer. I don't have to color correct, but it is a step that I enjoy. A layer underneath of the concealer, and then that layer, this one right here, can fade into the lip primer. So that way I have 3 levels of product and I have 3 different layers to kind of protect and seal my makeup in this area. So it makes it that much harder for it to move or fade or crease throughout the day. My favorite concealer right now is the Haus Labs concealer. I only have 3 concealers. 2 of them are MAC and this is the 3rd one. This is Haus Labs. This is the most beautiful product. I really, really love it. So I'm not taking the concealer, if you've noticed, I'm not taking all the way up to where I actually have my fine lines. I'm taking it a little bit beneath and then I'm gonna blend upwards. This is gonna prevent products from actually getting stuck in my fine lines. So I want most of the coverage to be a bit underneath, and then it's gonna naturally blend its way up. That will make it look the most natural and have the less creasing. So that's my technique. This is my favorite brush of all time. This is the MAC 128 brush. Oh my goodness. So I like to use this to blend, and I'm not starting all the way up at the very tippity top of my under eye where my fine lines are. I'm starting down where the product is initially laid because I want the coverage in this area right here. So yeah, I'm starting at the bottom and I'm kind of moving it around in pressing motions. I am not swiping my concealer and I'm not doing this with my concealer. The under eye is a very delicate area, so you're kind of using one product to do multiple different things for you because of the fact that I have prepped it with both a primer under the eyes and I have prepped it with color correcting. All of these little steps might seem like a lot at first, but actually they are done with purpose to help lock everything in, keep it in place, and make sure that your makeup is like long lasting throughout the entire day. Even if you're sweating, even if you're busy, even if you're out in the sun, it's perfect. My routine is my baby. My routine is my baby. I learned from Miss Megan Robinson. She taught me the most. She is incredible. Now to seal everything in, I'm gonna go in with my first layer of MAC Fix Plus. This, ooh, I love the way that this smells. I actually got this for $10 at Marshall's. $10! Okay, so MAC Fix Plus is a makeup spray. It is not a setting spray and it's not a finishing spray. It is a tool to help your makeup work and perform at its best. So this has glycerin in it, which is really good for like sticking makeup, melting makeup. It's really good for making it look very natural. So what do I have so far? I have primer, I have cream contour, I have foundation, and I have concealer. I also have powder bronzer. So that is 5 products that I have built very specifically and methodically in layers. So I don't want my makeup to look like I have multiple layers sitting on top of each other. I want it to look like one thin layer. I want it to look natural. I want to remove any texture. I want to remove where there's excess product. I don't want anything to sit on top of one another. I want everything to sit and blend as a family like that. That is what this product does. This is the tool for that. It's my favorite. I really, really love it. It does give beautiful glow. Obviously, you don't want to put anything on or use any brushes on your face while it's still wet. So wait for it to dry. So as I wait for it to dry, what am I doing? I act like I don't have this fan. I actually got this fan as a gift. And this was made, like handmade and handcrafted in Africa. In Africa. I love this. Okie dokie, so now that the Fix Plus has pretty much dried, my skin in person looks smooth, looks natural, looks glowy. I have a beautiful, beautiful glow. And having glowy skin is my ultimate technique to make your skin look smooth, supple, and plump. If you don't want to look smooth, supple, and plump, that is a personal choice. However, I find that it looks the best on my skin. It makes my skin kind of look like it's bouncy, and that's the effect that I want. I don't want my makeup to look like cake on my face, and I don't want it to look like, oh, your skin's dry. I don't ever want to hear that my skin is dry because I use so many products so strategically to make sure that I have natural looking glowy skin. And I'm taking the C2 Studio Fix powder, and I'm gonna go over top of that and make my bronzer stronger. I'm taking a little bit on my nose, and I still have not set my under eye, so keep that in mind. I'm doing that for a reason because, again, I want my skeleton to have a strong foundation, and that skeleton is my cream contour. It's the bronzer. It is the structure in the skin that will make the makeup look as skin-like and natural as possible. And I'm not creating any new shadows. I'm not creating anything new on my face. I'm literally going in with what I already am working with, and I'm building on top of that and just enhancing my skin. My favorite powder to set is the MAC Studio Fix Pro Set and Blur. I love Pro Set and Blur, but the thing is, it's a little bit too matte for me. Like, it's pretty, but I feel like there's such a clear difference between the glow happening everywhere, and then whenever I put this on my under eyes, it's like two different textures. And I'm still figuring out the best way for me to use it. Maybe I should go in with a brush. Let me try that actually. This time I'm gonna use my favorite brush. This is the MAC 240. I believe this is the second MAC brush I've ever owned. This is incredible for powder. I just took a very light amount and I'm gonna focus it where I have a tiny bit of natural creasing. Everyone has fine lines. There is nothing wrong with you if you have fine lines. It is natural. And I'm holding the brush at the very end, at the very tip. Why? Because I want the softest, lightest touch. I do not want to disrupt the concealer. God, I'm like sharing all of my techniques in this video. This is so exciting. I literally have not done this in such a long time. I miss YouTube. Whatever's left, I'm taking it around my nose because I get oily here. And sometimes it's pretty to look oily around the nose, but if I can control it, I will. My natural oils are obviously gonna seep through, but this is what I'm happy with. MAC brushes are so high quality. Like, seriously, I have a couple. I think I have like 4 or 5 MAC brushes, and they're so high quality. Next, blush. I'm gonna go in with blush. My favorite blush of all time. It's the perfect winter shade. It is Milani Cream Blush. This is in the shade Blushing Berry. So this is flawless. Like, the color in the pan might look intense. My dog just ran across the yard. She's gonna start barking any second now. Maybe not. This is my favorite blush. Like, it is so good. So I take one tap. One tap. Ready? Please watch and see how this color makes me come alive. It is a deep, bold, bright pink. It's like a berry type of pink, almost like a magenta. That just lit up my whole face. That added so much life. I love it so much. Like, seriously, hot pink is my favorite. Like, this shade is specifically, I wear this every single day. And it seems like a lot of steps, but up close, my skin looks like skin. It doesn't look like makeup. And that is the whole reason of why I do what I do. That is why my routine is superior. Argue with me in the comments. I want to set my skin with some more Fix Plus because I want the other layers to be beautiful and natural. I spritz Fix Plus all the way to the bottom like this, like that. Did you hear like how it went down? That is what you want to hear whenever you're doing it. You don't want to press halfway, press all the way down, and don't put it up close to your face and spray like this because you will not like the result. You want to spray it far away and just catch the end of what's coming out of the spray. You don't want the whole spray. You only want the beautiful, fine, misty cloud at the very end. You want that to touch your face. That will give you the desired effect. Okay, I'm way too excited right now. I'm way too excited. My skin eats. Okay, so I've obviously set with Fix Plus. This is the Melt Glazing Powder or Sheer Finish Glaze Powder, I'm not sure. I like to use it on a big fluffy brush and kind of seal in with a very thin layer of powder everywhere with a very, very light touch. And that is pretty much my entire makeup routine. Let's go ahead and do the lips. So I'm going in with MAC Prep and Prime Lip Primer. I'm just cleaning it off from when I used it under my eyes. This keeps the lip product in place. Like, if you have not used this product, you are missing out on one of the most underrated MAC products in their entire collection. Seriously. I'm gonna go in with Soar. It's my favorite. It's my lips, but better. Yes. That is perfect. And then I go in with Velvet Teddy. This is my favorite everyday lip color. It's a matte lipstick, but because of the hydration that the Prep and Prime gives me, and because it creates a smooth canvas, this does not feel matte on my skin, and it lasts a super long time. So yeah, this is my base routine. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys are able to recreate this at home. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back for more videos.